let's see what we're gonna do with this decoration stuff. So we've got shurikens, which like I said, I'm gonna save up for that unlimited shuriken pouch we can get once we get like 1,000 shuriken or whatever it was. We've got a bookcase, which I'll place down in your room, I guess. We've got a painting, which we'll put in the other room. And then another painting, which we'll put in the third room. A piano. I guess we can place that right there. And a keg, which I'll place in here. And some walls. Put those in the blocks chest. A new chest, which also goes in the block chest. New potion. Potion chest. Some new materials, which we probably can't do anything with. But it's you know, it's good to check. So we can make a spell with some other stuff we don't have yet. We can make armor. A ranged set of armor. All these boost different ranged stats. So ranged critical strike chance, ranged damage, and strike chance again. Now if we save up a bunch of these sturdy fossils, we could get this armor set, but I think we get these fossils from those big desert horse dragon looking things. So I probably won't be killing too many of those anytime soon. But I guess we could if we wanted to get this armor set. We can get another wand with amber, which we don't have. We can get a throwing knife, which I could use. A bone javelin, which I could use. Fossil pickaxe, which is a lot stronger than the one I have actually. And a scarab bomb, which I guess is a type of bomb. A narrow explosion that will destroy most tiles. Explosions aims away from your position. Interesting. So I guess if I just wanted to use that for excavating, I could, but I don't really need to do that. Let me see what these javelins and throwing knives can do, because those are extra materials, which may do something. I can craft a different weapon with these. It's a melee weapon. And I can create unlimited bone javelin pouch. And same for this guy. Unlimited bone throwing knife pouch. Which I think is going to be a theme for most of the consumable ranged weapons. And even the ammo, I believe, too. So if I wanted unlimited arrows, I think I could craft those. Yeah, endless quiver. And I know there's another one here too. Here we go. Unlimited wooden arrows if I get about 4,000 arrows, which is a lot. But I mean, considering they're just arrows, I could see how much, how many materials we need for those. Same goes for these javelins and the throwing knives, but I just don't have enough sturdy fossils. So we'll put those away, and we'll put these away. I guess we'll just, you know, we'll use them. We've got some lenses. We've got cobwebs and gold ore. So we can make more stuff with these, the lenses. We can make more stuff with the cobwebs. And we can make more stuff with the gold ore. We can make a new potion, some gold bars, some platinum ore as an alternative to gold. Or a boss summon. Which apparently only works during April Fools for some reason. We need a workbench, which we have. We need to do this during April Fool's week, or on a certain world seed, which we're not on. So we need to wait till April to use this. Okay, I'll try to remember that for later. But let's go ahead and make some gold bars to see what we can do with that. Because if you recall, our first boss actually requires a gold crown to spawn. So it would make sense if the gold crown could be made out of gold bars, right? Let's see if that's true. You can see we can craft all these things out of gold. Got gold tools, gold weapons, gold armor, gold decorations, chandelier, a candle, all that stuff. Well, let's see, gold crown, gold crown, gold crown. Ah, yes, right here. So we need 5 gold bars and a ruby and an anvil. So that's gonna actually take us closer and closer to where our first boss is. We need a couple more gold bars, which might be a little tricky to find, but rest assured we will find them eventually. And a ruby, it said, which is just like, you know, like the other gems here. You would just find them in the world. So, you know, eventually we'll find a ruby just kind of in the caves somewhere. But until then, we just kind of have to wait. And then, let's see, collect 20 gel, which we have plenty of now at this point. And then once we get that ruby and the gold, we can make the crown, and then we can combine those at a demon altar, which we don't know about yet. We have a workbench, we have a furnace, and we have an anvil, but no demon altar. And there's not really anything in the game yet that would point us in the direction of where we could find a demon altar. So that's kind of out of the question as of right now. But we're a bit closer than we were, so that's, you know, that's good. And then finally, actually, the final thing that we got from that gold chest earlier, we actually got this magic mirror, which says it's a material. And if we gaze in the mirror, we can return home. They might say, how do we do such a thing? And for most things, if it doesn't say it directly, you can just kind of use it like you would any other thing. So if you put in the hotbar, you can just use it like an item. Or if it's in your inventory, just drag it out of your inventory and use it. Then you can just put it back. And like you saw there, what this does is actually take you back to the spawn point of the world. So, if I'm like in a cave or something, and I use this, it will just take me home, like, you know, for free, completely. So that's huge. If I'm out in the middle of the world and I need to get back home to save some money, or even just to save some time, that will be great for that. And it's a material, so let's go ahead and see what we can put it into. And I want to come over here and see if we can find any more robots. I guess not. It's fine. Anyways. Oh. Oh, I see what's going on here with this gun. It takes one scrap metal and it turns it into 30 different ammo. So that bar up there is just a visual of how much more I have before I consume one more piece of scrap metal, I guess, or reload. Okay, that's pretty nice. Usually the guns will just consume 1 ammo per shot, but I guess this consumes 1 per 30 shots, which is very nice. Let me see what this magic mirror does. Some fancy stuff we'll see later. Some fancy stuff we'll see later. And some fancy stuff we'll see later. Alright. Good to know. That's another thing about this game also. Oh, I just noticed it's getting kind of dark on my camera. I haven't looked over at my capture card in like an hour. That's my bad. It's been raining all day here, so I have to kind of look at my light levels in the case of, you know, rain and clouds and all that stuff. Anyways, so that's another thing about this game too, is that stuff from the beginning of the game, like this magic mirror or some of the blocks we've already seen, will be useful way later down the road. But a lot of times, of course, the game does not tell you this at all. I mean, the guide will tell you, oh, this is used in this recipe, but of course you can't know when that's used in the context of the progression. So a lot of times, you know, when I'm playing this and I don't know any better, I'll sell a bunch of stuff at the beginning, and then like 10 hours later, I'm like, oh, I sold that thing way back then. And of course you can't just buy stuff back like that. So you either have to go into another world and find another item of that kind. You can build a new item. Maybe you can buy a new item from a merchant or something. You just have to figure it out. But of course, I've learned my lesson plenty of times. So I like to kind of hoard stuff in the beginning of the game and just keep everything that I can. Because just about everything in this game is used for something else later. So I like to keep as much as I can. Anyways, what else do we have? We could build a, or not build, we could buy a piggy bank. Can we buy this yet? No, we cannot. We can buy this to catch some critters. Or we could buy this, which allows a collection of hay from grass, which I don't really need, and it's a melee weapon, so I'm not going to use that as a weapon. Could buy a mining helmet, which provides light when worn. I can just not afford it. I mean, can I sell some stuff? Can I sell you? If I sell you, will I have enough? No. Let me find something else to sell here. Let me sell my melee weapons, because like I said, I'm not going to be using anything but ranged and magic. So I'll sell everything that's not that. So we got some bricks, squirrel staff, some swords, a spear, and a boomerang, which will let me buy this. Now this is helpful because it's 2 defense, which is great, but it also provides light when I wear it. So when I'm out in the caves and I run out of torches or something, I can just, you know, switch over to this character loadout, and I'll have some extra light. Now I gotta not use my other build, but that is okay. It's kind of the trade-off. If I have 3 different loadouts and I switch off from one to another, of course, I won't get the benefits from all this stuff, but instead I'll get this this build's buffs if I have any accessories on. That's another reason why you should probably keep stuff instead of sell it, because if you have like 3 different accessories that are all the same, instead of selling them, you could just put them on different loadouts and still get their benefits. Let's go and put this piggy bank down before I lose all my money again. So now, if I'm out somewhere in like the middle of the world and I get a bunch of money and I want to drop it off really quickly, I can use my mirror and come back home and then drop off all my money and then go back out. Or if I sell stuff, that money will automatically go to my piggy bank, I believe. And if I want to buy something, I'm like halfway across the world, I can just buy directly from my piggy bank instead of having the coins on me. Now, I still don't have that item from the traveling merchant, which automatically puts collected money in my piggy bank. So I still have to carry money on me before I drop it off in the piggy bank. But now I actually have a way to save some money, so it's pretty helpful. And we've got about 10 minutes left before I end the stream. We got some good progress here today. Doesn't really look like much, but we've got an armor set, we got some accessories, we got some new weapons. We defined our class type that we want. We figured out a lot of the essential mechanics of the game. We figured out there's NPCs that spawn in and they move into your house if you build a house. We figured out what the guide does. We figured out what this guy does. He's related to magic storage, which we will get into later. We've got this guy that buys and sells stuff. Apparently, that unique slime that we saw earlier apparently moved in, so we've got a new little slime pet. Let's see, we figured out what the other loadouts do. We can switch out armor sets if we want to, and accessories. We've got a little chest system here, storage system, as basic as it is. We've got a few chests to help us organize stuff. And we got a magic mirror, which is awesome. Will save us a lot of time later. We're not quite to the first boss yet. That probably won't happen till like stream 3, if I had to guess. But we're getting pretty close. Got some gold and we got the gel. Oh, I totally forgot we have a bunch of fallen stars we can turn into mana. Let me go and do that. Oh, that's already going to be maximum. Alright. Yeah, 200 is the maximum by default. There are things that expand that later. Or, increase that maximum. But for right now, that is going to be the maximum. It looks like there's actually stuff that we can do with these mana crystals, so I'll keep that for later. We didn't get any health yet, but that will happen next stream. So for right now, I think the best thing to do would be to build a second story to our house, because there are even more NPCs that will move in, as long as we have the space for it. And they won't spawn in unless we have the space, actually, so if you're playing and you're like, where are all the other villagers? I want more people to move in to, fill out my rooms in my town. You actually have to build the rooms before they move in. So, just a little tip. Now, of course, eventually we're gonna have to upgrade our house and, build something that's a little prettier. I'm not the best builder in the world, so I'm not too sure how good of a job I can do at that, but I'll definitely try. I think that's pretty much all you need to know about the game to start playing it. It's about 15, 20 bucks on Steam, maybe a little bit more on consoles. I do think it's on every console that you can really expect it to be on. It's on Xbox, PlayStation. I'm playing on PC. It's on Switch, 3DS, if anybody still plays 3DS. It's probably on 2DS. It's on mobile. If anybody plays on phone, it's on mobile. I think on Steam, runs about 15, 20 bucks. It usually goes on sale pretty often. I think I picked up my copy for like $5, not less. And there's no DLC. The mods are free. As long as you're on PC, the mods are free. I don't think it has crossplay quite yet. I think they're working on that right now. I don't know anybody in the dev team, so I couldn't say for sure. But I do think they're working on that in a future update. It's got multiplayer as long as you're, you know, on the same console. I could play with somebody on Steam right now if I wanted to. What else? I'm trying to think here. Like I said, the mods are free. There's no DLC. And it gets updated pretty regularly. The dev team said that their last big update was going to be the last update of the game, but that proved to be not true. They've updated it like 5 other times after that. The mods are still being updated, so you know, this is a pretty active community here. Game's still being worked on and all that stuff, so I'd say it's pretty still active game. It's pretty fun. It's pretty complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on beneath the surface. But if you like inventory management, if you like collecting a bunch of loot, if you like puzzles, not really puzzles, but you know, like I said, inventory management, it's kind of like a puzzle. If you like building stuff and you like a challenging game, I would definitely recommend this one. It's also pretty funny at times. There's a lot of dry humor in it, which is kind of unexpected. Like this little guy here, he's been following me around this whole time. He doesn't do anything. He's a little shark guy, and they just added him in the game just because. And there's like a whole, like 100 items like him that just spawn a little guy that just follow you around. So there's a lot of stuff like that in the game. So yeah, I would recommend it if you're into all that stuff. If you just want to watch and see what's up later on, feel free to keep watching. This is not one of those games where I would say play it before watching it. I would definitely say go ahead and watch it if you want to watch it. This is not a story game. This isn't like a choose your own adventure type game, like a Telltale game. So I would say watching it instead of playing it is totally cool. You'll still pick up on a bunch of stuff. So yeah. I've got this new floor to my house. It looks like some new NPCs have moved in, so we'll talk to them before the end of the stream. We've got Robin, who if we go to our menu here, we can see Robin is a zoologist. And it looks like she's actually part fox as well, so that's cool. I don't know if that's like an actual fox type of thing, like she's a hybrid, or if she's doing like a furry thing where she puts on ears and a tail. I don't know. Either way, it's cool. We've got Gwen, or Gwen, the Oracle, and they're both moved in here, so they'll be here until they die or until they move. So they're stuck here. My older bro calls me a lycanthrope. I mean, I'm like part animal or something. Oh, it means I'm like part animal or something. He'd know though because he spends all his time outside. So I guess she is a hybrid. That's cool. And she sells a bunch of pet related stuff. I can get a dog tail, dog ears, new kite. It's shaped like a fish. Get a cat license if I want a cat to move in here. I can get a leather whip, which is actually a kind of weapon for summon builds. I don't need to worry about that because I'm not a summon build. Got our first hook that we could buy. I don't have enough money for it, but we could buy this. And a thing that prevents you from hurting other critters while this is in your inventory. So if I have this in my inventory and I like swing a sword at a bunny or something, the bunny would normally die, but if I have that in my inventory, it wouldn't. So it's got its uses. And then you, the Oracle, says, "You're destined to do great things, bro. Do one right now and give these babies a home." Now, that kind of sounds like an innuendo, but that's not what she means. She says that because she sells a bunch of these pet items, like the shark guy. Like, the zoologist has a bunch of, like, critter-related stuff, and, like, the cat license and all that stuff. But the Oracle will sell items which you can equip and summon a little familiar. They call them pets in the game, so it's kind of confusing. But she sells a bunch of that stuff. So we can buy this one for 18 gold. This one costs about 3 gold. This one's also about 3 gold. This one's just under 2 gold. And also under 2 gold. So we can put all these on our little special pet slot here. And they will summon different pets. And then she has a divination button, which is different from all the other ones so far. And I guess it's kind of like just a random painting every time, which is kind of cool. We don't have this one yet, so let's go and place it down. What is it called? Espello? Espello? Something like that, Espello. And it looks kind of cool. I don't really know what it is, but I like how it looks. I don't know. Cool. And then like all the other NPCs, she also has a happiness button. And then I think this is the first time we can actually see the NPCs being a little bit unhappy. It's a bit uncomfortable here with all these dudes here. Not much space for my little buddies. The forest is a nice and peaceful place for me and my little buddies to settle down. Robin the zoologist is pretty rad. Her and Tub, which is this little purple guy scooting around here. I guess they're all friends. So theoretically, if I were to move these two NPCs to a new house, like a couple blocks that way or something, it would probably make them a little bit happier. And I don't know about these guys down here, but they seem to be pretty well off by themselves. Now, I don't know if that affects shop prices or like their health stats or anything like that. So we won't worry about that now, but that is just something about the game that just adds complexity. They've got the NPC mechanics too, so you know, it's something else to worry about. And that's going to take us right to my time here. So I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. thanks for sticking around for the week if you watched all these episodes. We'll get to a bit more, I think, like pure gameplay next week. Or tomorrow, if you're watching on YouTube. We got some good progress here, like I said. But it's not really anything too crazy. Just got some new weapons and some new armor. We didn't even really travel outside of the forest, so maybe we'll do that next time. Yeah, as you can tell, this is a pretty huge game, so I'll probably be here for a while. So if you're interested, please leave a like and subscribe and follow me here on Twitch. And you'll see more of me next week. So, thanks for watching.